everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Creators Outlet Podcast. Joining us tonight is the legendary Eisner Award winner, the Red Baron himself, Mike Baron. Welcome.
Hey, Bill. Hey, folks.
Good to see you. So I caught a couple of things the other night. Michael Bancroft had done a video about you getting shafted over on Twitter for just putting up an account for, your comics.
Well, they removed the account for violent and inappropriate content. Of course, there was nothing in the account that was violent or inappropriate. They just didn't like the politics.
Yeah, if it's not, if it's not their idea, then they don't want it up there.
If it ain't the narrative, it don't get the narrative.
Exactly. But we're still going forward and it's still here. And right now, it's funding on Indiegogo. It's the Private American.
Folks, this is not a political diatribe in any way. There are no lectures, there are no bumper stickers. It's pure action from page one. It's all drama and it's meant to entertain. And I guarantee it's the best comic you're going to read all year.
And it came with an artist
ironclad guarantee. No, what did it come with?
I know the artist very well as well. Just not personally, just from his work. In fact, I was rereading something he worked on, the Emperor Joker run over at DC many years ago. I was rereading that last week.
And not only is Richard good, he's fast.
Oh, that's even better because you can just whip through a project.
That's rare.
Very much so. So first of all, let's take a look at the video and then we'll go from there.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this Private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Baron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Wow. I like that trailer.
Thank you.
That was a great trailer. So who did the trailer?
Chris Brawley.
Nice. That was very impressive. That looked like a lot of live news shots that certain mainstream outlets don't.
Chris is the creator of Bleeding Fool.
Oh, very good. I have read that site on more than one occasion. So give us the rundown on Private American.
Private American is doing what Captain America would be doing if he were written by somebody who knew how to tell a story. Also a little Punisher thrown in. He's Marcos Zamora. He's a second-generation Cuban-American veteran and he lives in Texas. And if you live in Texas, you really can't hide from the invasion over the southern border. You can't pretend it doesn't exist because it's in your face every day, and he's sickened by what he sees. So one night, he goes out by himself, and he catches a snakehead, which is what they call human smugglers, about to rape a 12-year-old girl, and he kills him. And that's how it starts. And then his best friend, Chris, who is also in the military with him, joins him, and they decide that they're going to become like Death Wish characters, vigilantes on the southern border, and they're going to intercept drug shipments. They're going to stop terrorists, and they're going to prevent snakeheads from raping women. They have no beef with the people who come here with open hearts, who are simply seeking a better life. The problem is with the criminals who take advantage of them.
Yeah, exactly. So I noticed that a friend and a longtime collaborator, the Dude, did a cover for you.
That's right. It's down there.
Yep.
Keep going.
Scroll in.
There
There it is. That's a very colorful cover.
It sure is.
You don't really need to say anything about this. You just need to look at it, and then you're like, yeah.
That's one variation. We may have a few more.
The interior works from Bonk look amazing, as most of his work did over the years. Straight to the point, like you said, lots of action throughout. Zoom up to the top real quick. That's the quickest way to get there. So right now you're at 225% of your $10,000 fixed goal, 439 backers, and there's a week left.
Pretty good.
It's not too shabby. Team Private America, the all-in team. You got 100 people in on your featured tier, which is discounted at 50% right now, $75 a hit. And you get a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, I always think that the story is the most important thing you're getting, and that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
They're looking for an exciting entertainment that grabs you by the throat and drags you into the narrative so that you become irritated if anybody interrupts your reading.
I thought I just became irritated because I was getting old.
That may be true.
That's a possibility as well.
So Shadow Punk, I work closely with the artist, and Richard has been a real angel to work with. He's open to suggestion, he does his homework, and he's fast.
Do you oversee the artwork, or do you let the artists do whatever they want?
Well, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. Richard is doing exactly what he sees in the script, and he shows me each page as he completes the pencils, and then again when he completes the inks. Pat Broderick has taken liberties with the script and spread things out for a couple of extra panels for dramatic purposes. And Pat works sporadically, and he doesn't have a computer at home. All he has is his phone. So when Pat finishes a page, we usually see the pencils first, but they're so gorgeous. They are so stunning that if it doesn't follow exactly the script, I don't care. I'll rewrite the script to fit the picture. And the inks are even more astonishing. It's the greatest work of his career. And people want to know what this is. It's Bronze Star. It's a supernatural Western.
Oh, yeah. I remember talking to you about that last time you were on. So let's see with this. Keep hitting the wrong tab. There we go. So with the feature tier, you get cover A, digital cover B, an autograph card, and of course your name in the book for contributing to the production of it.
And for an extra $15, we'll put your name on a tombstone.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
No rush, though. The digital edition, which I like to call the Australian variant, because you know
Don't
why.
remind me. A guy wants to order a book from me, and he lives in Finland.
Oh, good Lord.
It's almost as bad as Tasmania. I have a fan in Tasmania who orders everything. In order for it to get to him, you can't mail to Tasmania. It'll just disappear. So I mail to a friend in Australia, and he emails it to him, and that's how he gets it.
That's a rough go around. Private American main cover, only $25. And the Private American,
$25 is for the basic book, but
Yeah.
when you see the book, you're going to understand that it's invulnerable. You know that it can't be destroyed. That it will survive a direct hit with a nuclear weapon. It's like this book, which I just got. This is Monster Hunt 2. Let's Get Cracking, with Nexus, Lone Star, and Bigfoot Bill. And,
nice.
It's not made of paper. I don't know what it's made of. It's made of this powerful, metallic but flexible sheen.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a few months ago, I got in. I didn't know how big they were, but I got in like about 5 or 10 of the oversized Nexus newspaper strips.
Where'd you get them?
From the dude.
Oh, yeah. They're big.
They're huge. I was like, I just want to put them in frames now. So,
Yeah, they frame up great. In fact, that's the best use for them. Put them on the wall.
and then you've got the your autograph bundle, the A+ digital, your signature, and then there's one for the dude, and then there's a dude retailer pack. Now, on the dude retailer pack, is it just the Virgin covers?
I think that you can choose. Oh, are you looking at the Rude trailer pack or the regular trailer pack?
The Rude retailer pack. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the Rude cover.
Very good. Then the Bonk retailer pack.
Yeah, and we may have another retailer pack if we hit our next stretch goal.
Oh, very nice. Original art bundle.
And it's valuable not only because Richard is a great artist, but because so many artists are working digitally these days.
Yeah. I know it's a lot quicker for some people. There's a learning curve to it, but I still prefer my traditional art because I also like to collect original art when I'm able to, and I don't want to buy original digital art.
Question from Shadow Punk again.
Oh,
yes, all the vehicles and equipment is accurate. It has to be accurate, or we're going to hear about it.
Because people will Google everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not the right ammo for that pistol. So it's all correct. All the hardware is correct. In fact, in the final frame, Gus is using an Accuracy International rifle, which is a very specialized tool. Most people haven't heard of them, but the best snipers in the world use it. It's called Accuracy International.
Oh, nice.
I think you can order one over the internet.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, order one, and then you have
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, alphabet agency without a warrant showing up at your door. Yeah. So there's 4 more pages of original art left. Then you can get a drawn-in appearance. There's only 1 slot left for that right now.
Yep. You can live in infamy, or you can live heroically. We leave the choice up to the customer.
You can live, you can die. I know a lot of people that love to get drawn into books and get killed. They just like to watch themselves get murdered over and over again.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Oh, there you are with Mr. Bonk.
Matt Barr.
Oh. Yeah. Little blood splat going on.
Yeah, but that wasn't really on the page that they removed.
All right, here we go. Stretch goals. The commemorative sticker added to every physical backer order. 20K is the interior page upgraded from premium stock paper. 25K was all physical backers will receive first day backer prints by Steve Rude and Richard Bonk. At 30, the book gets even bigger page count will be increased. More bang for your buck. At 40K, we'll get a heavier stock cover, super matte, soft touch film laminate with premium binding. And 50K is a top secret perk revealed once all stretch goals are achieved. And there is the star of the book. So what led you to do this story?
You know, I've toyed with Punisher-like characters over the years because I like that kind of story. And ultimately, that's what Private American is. He's a very Punisher-like character, except that, Punisher would go backwards and forwards in time and meet monsters and do stuff like that. This story is realistic. Everything in this story could happen. There's no superheroes or science fiction or anything like that. It's all about the story, which is a pure drama with flashes of humor, because even the darkest story must have flashes of humor.
Oh, yeah.
But it traces Marco's character arc from his first attack to, by the end of the book, he's made a powerful new ally and very powerful enemies that are out to get him.
Oh, I'm sure. Just from watching the trailer, you get that sense of urgency in his mission. So,
yeah, and there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, which we love. We love to choreograph it and draw it out.
yeah, because you like that type of story, and you did what, like the first 50 issues of Punisher?
63.
63.
Yep.
And I remember on another show, we were actually, we call it OK Boomer. Just me and another old buddy of mine. We go through like old books from Golden Age, up through the Bronze Age. And we actually did that 2-issue arc the first time you had Daredevil meet Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually owned that, not in the comic, but in like the oversized Punisher magazine I used to collect.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
Those were the days.
Well, I do these stories because these are the kind of stories I would like to read. And as always, my first goal is to entertain. I think that's very important. It's something that the big two seem to have forgot. That people buy comics to be entertained, to lose themselves in a story and be excited. I had a teacher once when I went to college. He was an English teacher, writing teacher. His name was Jerry McNeely. And he said, you make them laugh a little bit, you make them cry a little bit, you scare the hell out of them, and that's entertainment.
Pretty much, yeah. Everybody likes to get scared a little bit. That's why, there's such a big fandom for horror movies, whether it's the classic.
Yeah, the horror movies, you hardly ever hear of a horror movie not making money, no matter how awful it is.
Yeah,
and most are pretty bad.
Yeah, but then there's those of us that love a good terrible B movie.
Well, name a couple of B movies you like.
I can't remember the titles, but I do remember two of the actresses that were in a couple of them I used to watch over and over again, which were Brink Stevens and Carolyn Monroe.
Yeah, I met Brink once. Well, that doesn't really tell us a lot, except, you got to respect Carolyn Monroe because she was an actress in a lot of great thrillers. But if people churn out, it seems like there are 5 or 6 awful horror movies a year. I see Halloween is back.
Oh, yeah. I might kill Jamie Lee Curtis at least, Michael, would you? Let's be done with this.
They make a movie out of every Stephen King story or grocery list, it seems. I just watched one the other night, Mr. Harrigan's Phone. And it was well done. It was a good drama. It really wasn't that scary. But I watched it.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I just watched a prequel to Misery.
Oh, really? See, that's a mistake. I don't know, prequel.
Castle Rock, it was called.
Was it a standalone story? Because there was a Castle Rock TV series that was pretty good.
Yeah, this might have been that. We just watched it the other week on Hulu.
Or is it a series or is it a movie?
It's a series. There were two.
That's Castle Rock. It's based on Stephen King's works, but they're original stories that have nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the Easter eggs in there. At one point, somebody's coming down the road and there's a sign pointing to Derry for his It story, and little things here and there I caught just from reading way too many of his books.
The B movies that I admire are mostly action films, and the only reason that they're B movies is they didn't kill at the box office. There's a movie called Rolling Thunder, starring William Devane and Tommy Lee Jones. It's his first movie, and William Devane is a war veteran, a Vietnam veteran. And some hooligans come in and rob him one night and force his hand down the garbage disposal. So he's forced to get a mechanical hand. And then Tommy Lee Jones, who was his subordinate in the military, shows up and says, "Let's go get your money back." So they go down to Mexico to get the money back. And it's really well done. There's nothing cheesy about it. It's just a great little adventure story.
And the first thing that I thought of was that Tommy Lee Jones was with Harrison Ford in the remake of I just had it on the tip of my tongue, where Harrison Ford in the movie, the doctor's wife is murdered.
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive, and Tommy Lee was looking for the man with the mechanical arm, and here he is with a friend with a mechanical hand.
I got to run, Bill. My wife just got home.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us this evening, and
it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
And we'll keep an eye on it and keep promoting it for you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great night, Mike.